In this video tutorial, one-dimensional arrays in C++ will be explained. An array is a group of memory locations called elements that all have the same name and data type. Therefore, an array is a multi-valued identifier. When used properly, can solve complicated programming problems. To demonstrate the concept of one-dimensional array, a program will be written that will compute and display the highest mark among n student marks. First, we need to declare a one-dimensional array called mark that will store the student marks. As you can see here, mark is a one-dimensional array that has 10 integer elements. Now, the first element is mark 0, the second element is mark 1, and the last element would be mark 9. In total, we have 10 elements created and stored in memory. Next, we need to declare an integer variable that will store the highest mark, and its initial value would be 0. We also need to declare another integer variable, n, that will be the number of student marks. First, we need to input the value of n. Next, we will use a loop that will allow the user to input the marks and also allow the program to compute the highest mark. And for this example, we will use the for loop. Notice in the for loop header that the initial value of the counter is 0 and not 1 because the index value of the first element of the array is actually 0. The first thing we will do in the body of the loop is to enter the mark. As you can see here, we will enter a value into the ith element of array mark. Next, we will compare this ith mark value with the initial highest value. So if mark is greater than the highest value, then we will say that the new value of highest will be this ith mark. As you can see here, a simple if statement is used. So if the ith mark is greater than highest, then if this is true, then the new value of highest will be the ith mark. And if this is false, then the if statement is ignored and the loop continues and the program asks for the next mark value. This process continues n number of times. Once the loop finishes, the variable highest will now have the maximum value, and the next thing to do is to display this value. Now we will run the program and observe the output. At the output, the program will ask to enter number of marks. Let's say we have 5 marks. Enter the marks. Let's say the marks are like this. As you can see, the program displays that the highest mark in this case is 92. This concludes this video tutorial.